Hey everybody, and welcome to the Lite Cast. I'm Jay, otherwise known as Jedi_, over on Twitch. Twitch wasn't really working out for me, so I decided to hop onto a podcast instead. On this podcast, I won't be joined by myself though. I will have a co-host, a man that goes by many names, one of them being Henry.
Hey guys.
Alright. A thing that I want to talk about on the podcast is stuff that I don't usually talk about on streams, because I talk a lot in streams. There's no point in me talking about things I already talk about. And one of these things I actually realized, and me and Henry were talking about this podcast, I have never actually described how me and Henry met. And Henry, where did we actually meet, first of all?
Um, well, I believe it was year 7. It
Yeah, it
must
was
have been year 7.
so for people in Europe, that is like we were 12.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, like 11, 12. And then we were in the same tutor. We were quite early in the year, I think, as well. So we were friends for a while.
yeah, because you're a
But
tutor, you literally go in when you first join your school, you are in your tutor. And I just remember seeing Henry as this big, tall man. And just for a little bit of context, if you're from my streams, if you know Ollie was also in that tutor, and it was absolutely hilarious. And for a little bit of backup context as well, I was also very good friends with Henry's cousin, not disclosing any names. So I kind of knew a little bit about Henry, but not really. But
yeah.
yeah, it was funny. And then I think, what other lessons were we in with each other, Henry? We were in like loads
Well,
of lessons.
in year 7, it was all based off tutor groups, so I think we were in most
Oh,
of them.
yes.
But there was seating plans, hated them.
Oh, yeah, because I remember being in French with you, Spanish with you,
Mm,
and like I'm very good at them languages. Obviously, I would actually describe
fluent.
myself. Yeah, I was hitting all them bonjours and holas like I was authentic speaking in them languages. But yeah, that's when I knew Henry, and then I remember this. I don't know if you remember this, Henry, but I remember when you came up to me. So
Oh
just a little
no.
context. I was I was like when I first joined, like I said, I was really close with like all like of Henry's cousins' friends, and they were all girls. So I was kind of like a part of an all-girl group for like a little bit, like maybe a month or so. And then Henry came up to me just to embarrass you. Henry came up to me and he was like, "You're gonna be part of my group," and I was like, "Big tall man." And bear in mind, I'm a midget at this point. I'm a little ginger midget, and basically, I'm like, no, not really. Like, I'm okay. And then basically, I don't know how it happened, but me and my other close friends, not disclosing any names either, we did join your group with a couple of your friends. Do you remember
Yeah,
that,
from
Henry?
primary school.
But do you actually remember how that happened? Because I don't.
No.
I literally have
I
no
don't know
idea how
really.
that happened. It just did.
We started sitting next to each other in tutor as well. I knew that.
Yeah.
But
I like left your cousin. And
because
then,
I,
which is really weird because then after that, like we were kind of inseparable. And
yeah,
then I think for them couple of years because we would stay in the same lessons, and then literally until about year 9, we weren't in the same lessons. Like we had no lessons with each other after that, did we?
no, we got. Well, I moved halves.
Yeah, no, I
Whereas
did.
the other
I
half.
did. Oh no,
Ah,
everyone else did it. I didn't.
yeah, yeah.
So then which kind of worked out for me because then I had like double the friends, like not to be like I'm so popular, but like basically
Mm.
I was like chucked into the deep end, like literally chucked into the deep end of a pool, and I was like, I know nobody. I was so scared. I was like to the teacher, please get me out. I am terrified of these weird people. I have no idea they are because it's like a war. Like X, it was like X half and Y half, and I joined the other half,
Yeah,
and I was like, no, everyone switched the other half, and I stayed in the half, and I was like, what's happening? So it was like I knew 2 other people, and I was like, guys, this is ridiculous. And then, but I hated that because I was always pinpointed as like the dumb person, like the dumb half, and I got the same grade as a lot of people in the other half because
yeah,
it's just ridiculous. But yeah, after that, but like our friend group also got really mixed up as well because of that, and then we started hanging out with other people,
yeah.
like
That's
like even towards the end of like say year 11, which is like the last year of like the secondary school for people in Europe and stuff. It's like the last year where you do your main exams, like a year ago, like literally this time last year. We like your cousins group was kind of with us and stuff like that. That was like really strange because like no one really had friend groups, but like everyone just kind of stayed with themselves. But yeah, it
yeah.
was
Like
weird.
at the end, everyone was in their own groups and they didn't interact with anyone else.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
kind of
kind of
like
like
we
final.
it's kind of like we don't like you, you and you. We'll stay with you. We'll talk to that person, but I don't really want to see you again after this.
Mm,
So yeah, that's kind of what it was like. But then also,
exactly.
I think just to bring this up to talk about streaming, the first when I started streaming was a year before that. So I started streaming in lockdown which would have been year 10. Do you remember anything about me first streaming, Henry? Because do
Well,
you actually remember when I first started streaming?
yeah, because I remember talking to you for about a week, and you were like, "Oh, I want to start streaming. It will be so good and everything." And then the day before you started streaming, I followed you, so I'm always
Yes.
staying ahead of everyone else. And what did you first stream? I mean, I was just kind of there.
Yeah, you were there.
Minecraft,
N- I think
or
it
was it
was
Fortnite?
I think it was Fortnite
Mm,
with my crappy little mic, no
of
camera, no
course.
nothing. Literally the mic was like bzzz the whole time.
Mm.
And there was only like two people. And I always say this on stream. There was a guy, I don't know if you remember him, Henry, called Ryan. A lot of my
Oh
people
yeah.
listening, they might remember Ryan. He was like my mod for a while, and he just disappeared. And
Mm.
actually, a couple of months ago, I reached out to his brother because I followed his brother on Instagram for some reason. I don't know why. He followed me, and I followed him back. I don't know why. Okay, anyway, um, I reached out to him. He's like, "Is Ryan okay?" He's like, "Yeah, he just left because of like mental health stuff, and like he wanted to focus on his exams. He might come back at some point." So like, I'm kind of scared. Like, I'm gonna turn on my stream on one day, and then Ryan is just gonna appear, and I'm gonna be
Does
like,
he
"Oh
still have
my
mod?
god." He does, I think, because I'm like, because we were so close to him.
Mm.
We really were. Like, he was so kind. He was so nice, and he was like my first review of his. He had another friend called Zach, I think, and they like literally stayed by my side for so long, and like things like that. That's what I remember about streaming. I remember like I remember a handful of people being by my side for so long, and this is why I always say I don't care about like the subs, the followers. When I turn on my stream now, I'm so happy just to see like 5 people join the starting soon screen because that lights up my day. Just like people literally seeing a notification and be like, Jay's live, I'm joining that because it makes me so happy. Like it was really a journey because like you can probably remember I would be sitting here talking for an hour and no one would be there. I
Yeah.
remember trying to get affiliate and having Apex and Owen. You remember Owen?
Oh
He's
yeah,
still around a
yeah,
little
I
bit.
do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they used to
Interesting.
have different accounts on Twitch and they would be watching my stream on 3 different devices just to get my viewers up, just so I could get subscribers. And it was literally insane. Like I remember getting my first donations. I remember like because like looking back now, I didn't know any of these new people. Like as much as I love them to bits, I love every single one of my viewers. It's just like since I've come back from streaming, it has really been such a different journey. Like so like it's a whole new phase. And like that whole first journey, it felt like it feels completely different to what I have today in a good way. Like I prefer what I have today, but like the whole like lockdown phase of streaming was completely like
Oh,
its
I
own
loved it.
thing.
It was so good as well
Like, do you
because
remember playing like all the Zone Wars battles?
yeah.
Because no one had anything else to do, and I actually remember one of my friends who I'm not going to say any names. They said to me when they got their PC, and I didn't have a PC at this time. They were like, "Oh, if you got your PC, would you start streaming?" I was like, "No, why the hell would I do that?" Like, and it's just
Mhm.
I always remember that. It's one of the questions I remember ahead is like, why? And people ask me, why did I start streaming? I actually have zero idea. I could not tell you why I started streaming, and that's what I'm saying. I don't regret it, but like I literally have zero idea why I started streaming. It's just like it just happened, and like it's incredible. And like people ask, that's the main like you can ask any streamer that like why did they start streaming? I have no idea how I started streaming. It's like really weird.
Yeah, I remember when you first told me like that you were thinking about it. I never thought you actually would start streaming because I just didn't think you would, continue it as well for
Yeah,
this long as well.
yeah,
Like,
there's a difference between
yeah.
streaming and then like actually being a content creator because anyone could be a content creator. There's no like barrier to that. Like I'm a content creator. I don't have the biggest amount of following, but I'm still a content creator because I do that. I stream every day and everything like that. That is a content creator. You don't have to have a million subscribers to be a content creator.
Yeah, I mean, streaming is a lot of hours that you have to put in.
Yeah, I like to kind of condense it down there because people always are like, sometimes are like, why don't you stream for like 3 hours? Or why do you stream like only an hour and a half to 2 hours? Like, because I stream 5 days a week. That
Mm,
is 8 to 9 hours just on Twitch. Bear in mind and I'm not saying this in a way like I do all this. It's such hard work. It's like I love doing this, but I post on my Instagram every day. I try go live on TikTok. When I'm streaming, I sometimes post on TikTok. I've done YouTube videos. I'm always active in my Discord. I have the Minecraft server to run. I'm part of Cryptic, which get me do things. Um, I do meetings with them. I also have college to do, which brings homework and essays and all of that. I have three A levels, and I have a job. So
yeah.
sometimes it's a bit like I love doing things like that because I love that. I love being busy because if I didn't stop being busy, let's bear in mind not my social life as well. Like that's just like I do a lot, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
Like don't get me wrong, that's
you
what I
fit
love
it in
doing.
well. It's
Yeah,
very well put in. To
yeah.
say,
Oh,
wow,
wow. I love
amazing.
compliments.
I mean, I'm surprised you can fit a job in. To be fair, because like I don't have a job and I don't stream, but I find myself always tight on deadlines for college.
Oh, do you want me to tell you something like a secret?
Oh yeah, go on. I
Like
don't
something really, like it's like you're not going to believe this, but it begins with a C. Do you know what the word is?
can't be bothered.
No, coffee. Coffee.
Oh, essential, yeah.
Just keep sipping that coffee. I used to drink 4 coffees a day. I drink two now.
4. Jeez.
Yeah. No, it's not good. It's not good. But literally, I was in Sainsbury's earlier, which is the place I work, just to disclose that. Try look for me in Sainsbury's. I'm probably not in it. Anyway, um, there's a Starbucks attached to to where I work. So I went in there today, and I was like, I looked. So the self checkouts are basically facing the Sainsbury's and not the Starbucks entrance, and I'm like, I look at it. I look up and down. Bear in mind, what I am buying is coffee pods for my coffee machine. I look at the coffee. I look at the queue. There's no one in the queue, and I'm like, do I do it? And I don't do it. And I am so proud of
Wow.
myself. I literally like I was like I'm unstoppable. I walked out that door feeling like I was a new me, new year, new me, even though it's March. Bear in mind, but yeah, I was really happy with myself. So round of applause to me.
Yeah, good job.
I think
Getting
talking
over
about
your caffeine addiction.
like, it's really difficult and it was emotional. It was like the worst time. No, I'm joking. I don't regret a thing. I do not regret a thing. Anyway, yeah, what I was going to talk about when talking about like first started streaming was what was I going to say when why I stopped streaming. Like when I was just saying I was enjoying it, I was loving it, and I think kind of linking back to the whole school thing, it did get too much because when you say that, like, oh, it did. How did it not get too much? It did. Doing all that stuff and having that like like lockdown, don't have to actually really do anything. I literally realized like, oh shit, maybe I have been doing this for too long. Like, and sometimes streaming gets to like I say a stalemate where like you're staying at the same level but you're not going up. And I think at the time I was kind of realizing that okay, I'm not really going up, but I need to get these grades up, which I I don't know if you're going to agree with me, but like I'm kind of glad I stopped streaming for like 3 or 4 months because I don't think I would have got into what I have today with college and stuff. Because
Mm,
honestly, I think that was such a good decision for me. Because if I didn't stop streaming, yeah, it might have benefited streaming, but I don't like right now. Like looking at where I am with streaming now, it's like okay, maybe that was fine. Like I didn't really affect it too much. Was
yeah,
it hard work? Sorry, what were you gonna say?
taking a break doesn't. I think education is definitely more important. It would definitely
Yeah.
affect your life more than taking a few month break from streaming, especially if you're in like a dead zone sort of thing where your views weren't changing or anything like that.
Yeah, it was obviously still sad because like I know there's a lot of people that like love watching my streams and I get that. But I was also it was like I was taking it out on other people so like I was getting quite emotional with stuff and like it was making me so stressed like I need to stream but I also need to do that like I couldn't prioritize anything. So I realized I need to prioritize, friends, Ollie, family and stuff like that and also like focus on my work because if I didn't do that, I don't think I'd like actually be mentally sane at this point. But not saying I am, but anyway, that's why I stopped streaming. Just mainly because not because I was like, screw you guys, I hate this now. But coming back to streaming after that, it was a freaking journey. I came back in like August, September, and it was
Mm,
like starting from square one. Yeah, I had people come back from last time, like, oh Jay, you're back, like you're back. But not like it wasn't like 10 on my channel, 10 people come back. It was like one person, two-person, three-person, a month later, five-person, new people. Like it took like a good 3 months for people to realize, oh wait, he's doing this full time again. Like, oh okay. So
mm,
yeah, now I'm a full-time streamer and I always say this, there's no stopping me really because I have such a good schedule right now of okay, I work on the weekends, I can do work in the week, I'll stay later in college to do the work, I'll come home, I'll stream. I'm still happy. I still have time to do stuff with Ollie and my friends, and I like even today, like after the stream, I just played Minecraft for a bit of like I know I played with you and like Daniel and stuff, and that was perfect. Like that's also why I don't know if I actually ever spoke this on stream, but I was going to a college that was very, very like academically focused, where like you need to get this grade, and it was the college funny enough that Daniel goes to,
Yeah,
and
I
I
forgot all
at the
about that.
last second I dropped out. I was like the last minute. I was like I called them. I was like the college that I go to now is like the one that Ollie and everyone goes to that I know. I was like, can you like, is there any way you can like take me? And me and my dad went down there. We stormed in like I'm a bitch. I'm a boss. We were like, okay, I will do anything at this college. Just take me. And then I was like, and like bear in mind like. At the other college, I was on all their like systems, everything. So I was getting messages like, "Where the hell are you?" I was like, "I don't go to your college. Go away." And I was like, at that time, I was like, have I just made the worst decision or have I just made the best decision? And it's the best decision ever. I wouldn't have my job. I wouldn't have the streaming time. I wouldn't have, all this. I wouldn't even done media, which I freaking love. And I think that's going to be my future. And like, bear in mind, it's just like, oh my God, I'm so glad I made that choice. Because at the time, I was like, what the hell am I doing? Because I was like, it's literally like I changed my whole life pretty much. I literally was like at a crossroad and I was in the other lane, and then I basically did a U-turn at the last turning.
Mm, yeah, I was surprised when you told me about how you switched, but I think it was definitely the right decision because the other college you switched from, that is intense. Like Daniel, he's got a lot of
Mm,
work.
yeah, totally. Like, even though I like the city it's in, like, my God. And even when I went there, um, it was just like for the opening days, I was like, oh my God, what, like, this is crazy. And I actually dropped doing acting there to do media, which also was a big decision. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have to never do acting again. Because if you don't know, I do acting on Friday and stuff. Like, I do like practicing and like I work with a group, and they're all really talented. Yeah, it's just like it was one of the things. It's like I'm gonna have to drop that whole part of my life just to do this, and I was like, it's the best thing I've honestly ever done. And like, if I think that I'm gonna actually have that for my whole life, what's the best decision you ever made? And that'll be one of them because it's changed my whole life totally. Like I would never see Ollie ever. Like if you think about it,
No.
going to two different colleges, like my job and stuff, and Ollie's job, I would never see Ollie. I get to see Ollie 5 days a week. I get to see all my friends 5 days a week. I get to, I get to do all this stuff. I have my job because my job is right next to my college, and that's the only reason why I have my job. And it's literally just like it was completely life changing and absolutely the best decision I've ever made. Like I think ever. So I'm very happy about that. Just the one thing I would say of like why I stopped streaming and why I'm not stopping streaming because it just works out perfectly.
Yeah.
So
Well,
um,
I
what were
go
you
to
gonna
a
say?
different college.
You go to a different college.
So
You go
you
to
don't
like a
see me
religious
every
college.
day. Yeah, Catholic, you know me.
Yeah, I know that was a I when you used to say you were going there, I was like, are you sure?
Mm,
But
yeah, well,
you're
I'm
happy there
happy.
though.
I'm
Yeah,
happy
you're
with
happy
what
there, so that's
I
fine.
chose.
That's all that matters. But it was also funny. Another thing that I was going to add to like me going to a new college. No one knew I was going there apart from Ollie. And Ollie, when I first joined there, it's like Ollie was like, I had my timetable on a piece of paper because I wasn't even on the system yet. I had like the subjects written down in the time. It was all messed up. I went to all the different wrong ones, but it was still okay. I'm still okay now. But literally, people like walked in. Shout out to Phaser because I think our friend Phaser is going to watch this. And Phaser walked in the college, she's like, she looked me up and down, and I was like, I'm here. I'm here. She was like, what the hell are you doing here? And I was like, I'm at this college now. And then I just gave her a hug. It was sweet.
You
I was
went the
like,
wrong way.
everyone was like, why are you here? Like, what the hell? Because I wasn't at any of their open days or anything. I didn't even know where
Yeah,
I was going. I had to follow someone up the road that I knew going up the road. I was like, where? It was like I was walking through New York City for the first time. I was like, where the fuck am I? I was like so confused. But yeah, that
yeah,
was a fun thing. But yeah, like I said about my job, I would not have that job at all if I didn't
no,
go to college because it's right next to my work. It's right no, the college is right next to my work, and I wouldn't even know really to go there. Like on the train,
yeah.
it takes like 5 minutes.
It's
It's in a
great,
different town.
great spot.
I love my job so much, and I actually wanted to talk about a story that actually when we're recording this, so it's Monday right now. I don't know when this is coming out for you guys because it's our first episode. Yesterday. It was a Sunday, so I work on Saturdays and Sundays. And if you didn't know, they mentioned it on stream actually today. Funny enough, our area, Henry, has it's having power cuts, isn't it? Like really bad
Yeah,
ones.
constant, it seems, for
Yeah.
the past
So,
week.
yeah, the last week it goes out for hours and hours on end. And working in a supermarket without power is very, very interesting because, how do you keep all the food cold? How do you keep the lights on? So pretty much, you can't keep the supermarket open, but luckily our supermarket is superior compared to all these Tesco's ones who don't even have a backup generator. So we have like a backup generator that keeps like the lights on, keeps like, some of the emergency, like the balers and stuff on pretty much to basically keep us safe. Anyway. The lights go out because when the power goes out, the backup generator doesn't go instantly. Shabam, I'm on. You haven't got power. Here I am. Anyway, I'm down the pet food aisle. Obviously, there's a lot of people that work at the store, so there's a lot of people around me. There's loads of customers. It's a Sunday. It's busy. Okay, it's like about 12:30. I think the power goes off. Anyway, this lady next to me when the power goes out, this customer, bear in mind, she screams her head off. She sounds like she just got stabbed, like she's in the Scream movie or something. I don't know why she screamed her head off. And I turned around and I was like, so the power went off for like we were in the dark for like 15 seconds. Lights went on. I thought Rihanna was going to start playing like Lift Me Up, like it was like a concert. Do you know what I mean? When the lights go on, I was like, what the hell's going on? So then I walked down the aisle, like I was in the 212, like I was like, okay, I'm gonna go sort this out. And then the lights were back on, and I saw the lady at the end of the day. I was like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. It just scared me. It just scared me. And I was like, the first thing I thought was like, how does this lady sleep at night? Does she sleep with like blinker lights over her bed or something? I don't know how she sleeps, to be honest. And obviously, these people heard this scream. Everyone around me starts running, including Sainsbury Sarah, who is a G, by the way. She's like my favorite person at work. She's like middle aged, but she is a queen. She's so cool. Anyway, she comes running and was like, are you okay, Jay? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. This lady was just scared. She's like, yeah, I just got a bit scared of the lights. I was like, yeah, I was like,
Amazing.
anyway, so we're all like, everyone comes running over pretty much. Like, so it's not just about the scream. They're like, that was so weird. The lights come on. Bear in mind, when the lights came on, it was like barely any lights. It was like the emergency lights. So it was still pretty dark. Bear in mind, okay? So we were all like chatting, like, that was funny. And then our manager, who's quite a big guy, bear in mind, he's leaving on Friday, just to put that out there. I'm very sad.
Oh.
Anyway, not yeah, okay. Sure, I don't want to get sad. Anyway, he's like, guys, the power isn't back on. This is our emergency supply. None of the freezers or the fresh came on. So we all ran to the front of the store. We all did a big huddle. So there's like probably 20 of us at the time. And we were like, okay, this is an emergency because there is no way of having this power back on because we don't have control over that. There's no cold air coming into the fresh or the freezers, which means all the chicken is like gonna run out in about an hour, like with like cold. So yeah, I'm like, so at the time we had no plan. We literally put our hands and we were like, go team. And bear in mind, in that huddle, this customer just came in between us and was like, oh, what's going on? I was like, we're literally having a staff huddle. And she puts her basket down and is like, just starts listening. And we just look at her like, are you okay? And then she just moves on. She's like, oh, sorry. I'm like, okay, like, we're kind of sorting out things. So basically, no one knew what to do. So we were like, okay, send out into sections. Don't sell anything until I say so because, we don't actually know if we're allowed to sell any of this shit. So on the aisles, we have these curtains that come down that cover up the freezer from basically losing any cold air. In the frozen section, we had to put freaking cardboard in the doors to stop the doors from opening because they're such old freezers. So in the fresh section, I was down. Guess what aisle I was down?
I have no clue. No.
Like the fresh meat
Are you
aisles,
even
so the
asking?
chicken, all the if they eat that, they're gonna be like, yeah. So we didn't know that. We didn't know we could
Yeah.
sell that because like we didn't know the law. So my manager basically went to go find that out because like this has never really happened before for this period of time. And this lady opens this curtain that's covering the fresh. She's like, I'm like, ma'am, what are you doing? And she's like, I need chicken drumsticks. And I'm like, what do you mean you need chicken drumsticks? Like you can't sell this stuff right now. Like, can you not see that people like the tills weren't even open at this time, bear in mind. And
Yeah,
it's
were
like,
they on? Or were they off?
a couple of them were on because of the emergency power, but then they were slowly coming back on
Mm.
because like the emergency power hadn't like properly kicked in yet. So because imagine all the stuff has to turn back on. This
Yeah.
little power bank turns on the whole. It's a big store. It's a proper superstore. Anyway, I'm like, this lady's like, please, can you put the chicken back down? She's like, I need this chicken. I'm like, ma'am, you don't need this chicken. And I looked at her and I was like, I looked her up and down. And I was like, ma'am, do you want to die? And she thought I
Gee.
was threatening her. And I was like, no, like, seriously, if you eat that chicken, you might, like, get, like, some salmonella. She's like, I need this chicken. I was like, then, you won't believe what happened. It turned into a fucking tug of war. And my friend Heather, she goes to your school, by the way, I don't know if you know her. We were, like, tugging at this chicken. She's like, man, please put the chicken down. She's like, and then she finally let go and we're like, she was like, ugh, it's unacceptable. I needed that chicken. I was like, okay. It might have the episode from Friday Night Dinners when that guy came along and he was like, chicken? You know that one? You know Friday Night
What?
Dinners?
No. Yeah, I know Friday Night
Oh,
Dinners, of
sorry.
course.
Anyway, that was really off topic.
Chicken? I did not know that one.
Okay, the chicken man. Okay, anyway. Okay, so basically that's what happened. And then finally, we realized, okay, we can sell this stuff for like a limit amount of time. And then my manager looked at me and was like, you're good at talking. And I was like, thank you. And he's like, you stand at the front of the store and tell everyone what's going on. And I was like, talk to everyone. And I was like, it's like entering a concert. Just be careful. It's a little bit dark. And I said to another guy, it's like entering a nightclub. He's like, I'm gonna put the DJ decks on. I was like, I was making everyone laugh. I was like,
Wow.
literally, my customer service thing went so up. I think, like, I'm gonna check that when it's got, but I think my customer satisfaction is through the
What,
roof.
you get rated?
Yeah, I've got the second highest rating in the store.
Wow.
So yeah.
No need to
Anyway, I
flex,
love my job,
dude.
but I also don't love it because some of the managers are. This new manager is a little bit iffy, but you know that's a whole another story that we'll talk about another time. But yeah, that was a funny story. And basically, I spent the whole time looking through curtains that basically were like not see through at all. So people kept lifting up the curtains. I had to find out where things were. And I didn't get my break till like 3. I was there 6 hours without a break or coffee because Starbucks was closed. And because I just kept talking, I lost my voice completely. I was by the end of it, I was nearly on my hands and knees, like dying. I was like, please, the chicken's over that way. The cheese is on the next
Stop.
aisle. The milk is down there. Go to Tesco. Go to Waitrose. Go home. Go do that. And I was like, but they kept coming because all the other supermarkets were closed.
Yeah.
So they all came to us. And then
Yeah,
at one
well,
point,
there
sorry,
was
you
a
carry on.
Waitrose. There was a Waitrose open in
Oh,
our
was there?
town. Yeah, that one stays open because my mum went there.
Like, I was like, to be honest, I was like, why the hell are you all coming in when there's a power outage? Just go home. You don't need to come to a supermarket when there's a power outage. And also, there were so many people that I actually had to go off the door. Like, I was like, I can't even tell this many people what's happening. So I just went and helped out with everyone else. And
Just
we were
start
so
screaming at
understaffed.
them.
And just to carry on the story a bit more, because otherwise people won't want to hear about this whole story. By the end of the story, pretty much there was 8 of us left, including Sainsbury's and stuff. And like, it's basically in the UK, all stores, I don't know if this is around Europe, but all stores close at 4 o'clock. So we got all the customers out and like, okay, we have 10 minutes to get that ice cream out that freezer, get that meat out fresh. Otherwise, we can never sell it. So they ordered a truck with a freezer in it, pretty much, to go get it. We went outside, grabbed all the blue crates, chucking this ice cream that Sainsbury's Sarah stocked all day to put in here. We were like, okay, we've got to put all this stuff in. Literally, we were like all running. It was like literally, I was like, one ice cream. Sainsbury's Sarah was chucking me ice cream. I was putting it in the blue crate. I was like, literally, it was insane what was happening. It was like, literally, I've never worked so hard in my life. I was literally like sweating by the end of it. It was so fun though. Don't bear in mind. Bear in mind that it was so fun. And then, guess what happened, Henry?
The freezer didn't work.
No, so we got all the ice cream out the freezer, and guess what happened?
Oh no, the power came back on at that
Yeah,
time. Yeah.
So we all stood there with the ice cream, and then all the managers were like, yes! Both the managers were screaming like, yeah, we did it, we did it. It's like, you did nothing. You two stood there. Bear in mind, that manager who's leaving, he helped stand him. You did nothing. You're cheering up and down. We have now about 5 minutes. This ice cream is melting in my hands. The magnums are turning into ice cubes.
Oh
Not
no,
even ice
not
cubes.
the
They're turning into-
magnums.
I was like, not the magnums. So we then have 5 minutes to do everything we just did in reverse.
Jeez.
So we're like, boom, 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 boom. It looked
Yeah.
like a bomb went off, but to be honest, I saved lives.
You got to save
So-
the ice cream. You know, it's essential.
And this is why I think, Henry, you should have a job.
To have stories like that,
Yeah,
which
I
probably won't happen again.
don't think I actually told you what we're actually going to do on this podcast. Is one of the things we're actually going to try find you a job. So
Oh no, not again.
I've actually, I've got a bit of a list here, Henry. If you didn't know, I've actually wrote it just because we are all listeners. I've got a nice little notebook, and the front of it says 5 subject notebook by Paper Chase, which is sadly closing down soon. Anyway, I'm on my squared piece of paper because it comes in different pieces of paper. So I'm on my squared bit to not ruin my nice little notes that I do.
Oh,
And I've
lovely.
wrote career guides. And I have looked on the web before recording this, and I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 fun UK jobs
Oh, great.
And we're going to
Has
go through them
somebody
today. And I want to find out what you'd be like as one of them, and also what I would be like, because I think I would actually kind of slay in these jobs, to be honest. I think they're actually quite fun. Do you want to
depends
hear
what
the
they
first
are.
one?
Yeah.
The first one is animal trainer.
Oh, I wouldn't mind that, to be fair. I mean, it would be a bit stressful, because if they
But
didn't
what animals
listen,
would we be training?
well, probably dogs, surely.
So I know Ollie works in a pet store, but like, am I going to be working with gorillas or am I going to be working with hamsters? Do you know what I
It
mean?
won't be fish or anything, would it? Like, you
Yeah,
can't
but
train a fish.
swim. Go again. Good boy. Here's a little biscuit. Like, to be honest,
What do you train? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe gorillas.
Birds?
No,
Gorillas?
no, I'm not. No, you think I'm actually being serious. They must have to train
What?
gorillas to stay in the cages,
No.
aren't they?
What? They can't get out the cage.
What do you mean?
They can't get out a
Have you
cage.
ever wondered that? Why didn't
Oh.
they break the glass? No, I'm not.
Fair enough.
I'm actually being serious now. That's what you're training them to do, right?
What, not break the glass? I mean, fair
Animal
enough.
trainer. What else would you be doing? That's what I think. Anyway, if
Yeah,
I
yeah,
animal trainer,
definitely.
would you like to see yourself as an animal trainer, Henry?
No, I wouldn't be patient enough because it
I'm
would
seeing
take
you with
time.
the little Jurassic Park
Yeah.
outfit on.
Oh, yeah, that's
Like we
true,
did with
actually.
dinosaurs.
Mm,
The new
okay, I
Chris
would
Pratt.
want that, you
Yeah,
know?
that's a tick. Then I'm gonna do a
Yeah,
little
yeah. Tick.
virtual audio tick for everyone.
If it's for dinosaurs, put in brackets.
Yeah, dinosaurs only. There's okay. I've got another one for you.
Okay.
Have you watched the Kardashians?
No.
They're very fond of these people. A private chef.
Ah, I am a great cook, of course.
Who would you like to cook for, though?
I don't know actually because I find it too stressful.
Like, imagine cooking for Adele every night. You wouldn't be doing
Yeah,
that.
exactly. I'd be stressed out of my
I'd be
mind.
like, "Hello, I'm completely fucked." I'd literally be like that. I'd be like, "Oh my god, I've just cut this cucumber as a cuboid. I don't know what I'm doing." I'd
Imagine
literally
if
be
you
so.
messed up, you'd be fired on the
I'd
spot.
be like, "Get out."
Be
She'd probably be like, "We could have
like
had it all
Gordon
rolling in the
Ramsay.
deep. Could have had it all." She'd just probably sing at you. She'd probably be like, I mean, imagine like Nicki Minaj. Like, we love her song "Roman Holiday." Wouldn't she? She'd probably just scream and she'd be like, da,
That's a great
close
one.
the door. She'd like just screech at you. I mean, imagine like I don't know, even like a politician like Boris Johnson or anything. He'd be
Yeah,
probably quite easy to cook for, though, wouldn't he? What do you think he
probably.
likes to
I
eat?
don't think he's very picky. I don't know. Steak. Something
Yeah, or
meaty.
like beans on toast or something.
Beans on toast. Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine then. I'm going to tick that just because of Boris Johnson.
Yeah,
Big old
but
Bojo. I miss Bojo, by the way.
that's true. Like, it depends who you cook for, because some
Yeah.
people will be more picky.
Like,
You
am I
know?
cooking for, I don't know, like I said, Boris Johnson or Kris Jenner? Because Kris Jenner's going to want a 5-course steak meal every single evening and probably at lunchtime as well.
Yeah,
Have you seen that
exactly.
meme of, what's the one? It's Kendall Jenner trying to cut a cucumber.
Oh my, it actually stresses me out.
I mean,
I
what
keep seeing it.
she's kind of owned it. She's doing like Hello Fresh adverts now, but have you seen it?
I mean, yeah, like it's weird, but I mean, unique, I guess. Stands
But you
out
wouldn't know
from
that,
the
would you?
crowd.
Because her whole life she's been brought up with, private chefs,
Mm,
private. So yeah, I
never
guess
cut a cucumber before.
it was funny. It was funny.
Yeah,
Okay, moving
true.
on to the next job. You ready to move on? Was that a
Yeah,
tick
yeah.
from you, by the way? Is that a tick from you?
Yeah, sure. Go on then. If I
Ting.
improved,
I like this little
I
noise I'm
improved.
doing. The ting. Anyway, sorry. Social media manager.
No, I'd be awful. I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, so would I like? I wouldn't know what to post on. I don't know. Theresa May's. It's all what the politicians say. Like, what would I post on her Instagram? Do you know what I mean? Like, even like I don't know. Say like fucking Beyonce. What am I going to post for her?
You would be better than me though, because you've kind of had like experience.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't know. I think social media needs to. Sorry, it needs to be like a bit of a personal thing because it's just a bunch of rubbish otherwise.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
the from me. I think I can do that.
I think it would be quite easy though, if you
Yeah.
think about it, because you're just posting.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you've listened to this and you've never even heard of us. I mean, or if you just clicked on us from Spotify or Apple and you are a social media manager looking for your next big star, I'm right here, my lovely. But
Oh,
is your
yeah.
job easy? I mean, right now you're probably just listening to me sitting on a train. I wonder if people are listening to this actually.
That would be interesting to find out, to be fair.
I mean, someone could be asleep right now because, like, to be honest, when I can't sleep, I turn on a podcast.
Are you falling asleep to our voice?
That is creepy, but I also kind of love it because I could literally have the power over them waking up right now. But I'm not going to scream down the mic, so don't worry. Because I know some of you might be riding your bikes right now, and I do not want to get hit by a truck. So
Yeah,
yes,
it
because
would
I've
be
I've talked to people about
interesting.
this, and they're like, "Oh, I do like walking to school and walking to work," or like, "Hmm, what do you think about that, Henry?
I wonder what the weirdest place to listen to a podcast is.
Going for a shit?"
Just listening to us.
I mean, I am a streamer, so I guess like in some kind of way, maybe I already do have that, but it's not like it's just not one of the things I like to think about.
No, probably best not.
Yeah, moving on. Social media manager is an from me. A chauffeur, one of the
Oh
funniest jobs in
no,
the
I would
UK.
like that. I think I would like that.
Like, do you want to go down to the nightclub? I take you. I'd even put on an accent.
No, because it would be with celebrities, you know. You don't get
Do you drive their
not like a
cars?
taxi.
Because
No, it would be your
like,
own car or
but like
like.
sometimes they're like, "Can you go park my car for me?" I would actually dent one of their cars because honestly, when I start driving, I'm not gonna be able to park.
You know, you'd meet so many people there. You'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, hi, yeah, I can drive your new sports car," sort of thing.
Hi, Taylor Swift.
Get a
Yeah,
quick
I kind of like
photo,
that.
you know, and then drive around the back. It would be like Shang-Chi, you know, where they go for
Yes,
a
I was
joyride.
thinking that. You read my mind. Oh my god. I literally was thinking that when you said that.
Mm,
When I said it, I was like, oh my god, Shang-Chi. But literally, you must have like quite a lot of personal experience with people as well, because
no.
yeah, I'm gonna
What?
give that a tick. I'm gonna
Yeah,
give that a
tick,
tick.
tick for me.
When I say personal experience, I mean like a conversation, by the way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, a colorist. Do you know what a colorist is?
No, not a clue. Please say you googled it before.
I did Google it and did a bit more. I do my research. I'm
Oh,
quite
good job.
serious about this podcast.
Like a
Um,
journalist.
You know what I mean? Um, BBC, if you're listening, please sign me up. I'd probably be pretty good on your front cover. Anyway, colorist is basically a fashion person, right? But they choose what colors go with which. So they look at
Oh,
a wardrobe and they're like, that dress goes with that orange hat, with that green socks, with them purple shoes, with that, red bikini. So I would actually quite like to do that because
yeah.
you could literally dress up, say, someone like Sam Smith in any color you want. And you could make them look like a right dickhead.
Oh
Do you know
yeah,
what I
if you
mean?
didn't like them, you know.
So I'm gonna give that one a tick.
Yeah.
Little virtual ding. Oh, I did it in. I'm doing all these colors in blues and everything, so I'm feeling quite colorist myself right now.
Ooh,
Aviation consultant.
aviation
Yeah, so
consultant.
that's like to do with planes, right? Pretty much what it is. I did my research into this one as well. What you do is you go onto airplanes and you're like, don't like this bit, kind of like that bit, and you tell them what's wrong with it, and like if it needs a clean, if that they should have what that movie on there, or like they should do this with the seats and that, or you should have that food. They basically just rate your entire aircraft.
Oh, it's not to do with like how they fly, then.
Also, that as well. They just basically rank your whole flight.
Gee, well, like that's a lot of physics that would
Yeah,
be,
exactly.
which no clue, no
Yeah,
chance.
I bet they have these weird devices which they like measure the altitude of how high you're flying, and it sounds like a bit of a Karen, to be fair.
Yeah,
Like, oh, I've not got
complaining,
enough leg
not
room on
complaints.
seat 1G. Like, just go away, okay?
Bit
What do you think?
dusty.
You're in the sky. Stop complaining. What is wrong with you? Literally, I hate people like that. Anyway, that's a from me.
Yeah, no, I would not be able to do it.
I like this one a lot. Animal
Oh,
colorist.
animal colorist. What is
Yes,
it?
it's going
Dressing
back
up
to color.
dogs?
Yeah, so it's basically like painting, like spraying dogs for like movies and stuff, and like,
What? Like different colors.
yeah,
Oh my,
isn't that funny?
that would be. I would
I think
think
that's a bit cruel though.
it is quite cruel.
I mean, I can just imagine like my dogs, like Tommy, like pink or like brown, purple, like Like my dog's pretty. One of my dogs is pretty big. Tommy, bless him. I couldn't imagine him like being purple or anything.
Could try it.
Yeah, no, literally, honestly, I think that's just cruel. Animal colorist. I'd give them that an What do you think, Henry?
Yeah, no, I
I don't
wouldn't
agree
like
with it.
it. It would be a bit boring, you know, just
Yeah,
spray
that's what I'm
painting.
thinking as well. Oh, I've got this one's a good one. A zombie.
Oh, like as an extra sort of
Yeah,
thing.
like an actor, like in like at, like theme parks and stuff.
Oh, like theme parks, not like in movies. The Walking
No,
Dead.
or any. Yeah, I guess, but like I was thinking like actors are like like Thought Park and stuff. They have like all the
Yeah,
yeah. But I think I'd make quite a good zombie.
I would enjoy that. I think scaring people I'd find hilarious, but that's actually a problem because I'd laugh. I'd
Yeah.
scare them and then start laughing.
Yeah, but, I mean, you wouldn't need a lot of makeup, would you? So you're right.
Hmm, rude. Ah,
Sorry, sorry.
rude.
I knew that made people laugh. I can see some people laughing on their bikes right now. Cheeky monkeys. Anyway, zombie. I think that's a bit of me, to be fair, because I can be quite scary when I want to.
If
And
I could
also,
control my laughter, then sure.
yeah, like I also just like seeing people scared, but I feel like they would scare me back. You don't like when they do them in like mazes and stuff, like zombies jump out at you. I'd get a bit bored, but I still give it a tick, to be fair.
I would get probably scared of myself, like if there was a mirror, if it was in like a mirror maze, I would look around the corner and get
Get
scared.
stuck. Oh my god. Okay, the final job on my list. These are actually going into like the worst jobs to have, like I
Oh,
said
great.
before.
It was zombie the worst job.
Yeah, so animal can colorist, zombie, and head of this is actually what I'm just about to say it. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, of course.
Head of potatoes.
Ha, what? Head of
Head of
potato.
potatoes. Do you know
Why
what that
is that?
is?
Why is that? I don't know why that is the worst when there's like head of carrots or something. Like, what's the difference?
I mean, I think it just means in general, like being a head of a vegetable.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I just
So
don't.
it's just specific for potatoes.
Yeah, no. But pretty much what it is basically someone that just looks after potatoes and is the head of them.
That is boring.
Exactly. But
Friend of potatoes.
I mean, I like doing some research into it, and it was quite fun to be fair. But I don't really know what it really involves doing, but I don't really
Counting?
potatoes, they're just not very exciting, are they?
No, they're quite dull.
I'm gonna give that an eh.
Yeah, not for me.
Not for me. Not for me. And I quite like this whole question thing. And I think we said this before, Henry. Something that we want to do in the podcast is like a would you rather question every single episode towards the
Mm,
end.
yeah, yeah.
And have you got our would you rather question for today?
Okay, yeah, I do. Okay,
Cool.
the would you rather question for today is:
Ooh,
would you rather be stuck on an island with no music or no TV?
that's so difficult. Oh my god. Okay, who wants to talk first? Me or you?
Uh, I think I've got my answer.
Okay, yeah, you go because I'm gonna be
I
thinking.
I don't think I would go no music because if you think about it, like at least with TV, you would still get an image. I would go crazy if it was just music playing in my ears constantly. At least with a TV, it can change sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But then, if you have, would there be no music on the TV shows? Like no background music,
Oh, I
drama.
know that is such a big IQ play. I didn't even think about that. Like, could you
Because
still get onto like MTV and stuff?
exactly, because it's but then it's music. So I would say that
Yeah, but then like imagine a TV show with no music would be so dull.
it would be dull. It would just be people talking.
You think that though, like when you're watching TV, you don't
Mm.
really you just like kind of blend out the music. Music makes the show like when I do media and stuff, it makes the show so much better. Like imagine like say like a modern context. Imagine like the whole Stranger Things running up that hill without running up that hill. Like it just
Yeah,
wouldn't make sense. Like imagine just Max just it would just be the
running,
ground.
just
It'd be
going
scary.
through water.
It just like imagine that. Like but when you've got like the if I only could make a deal like that,
Mm.
That is just, that is epic. I
It
was
adds,
crying when I watched that on the plane, the final bit. But
yeah.
never mind. No
But then
spoilers. It's not about watched it, but yeah.
also imagine a musical without any music. Like it would just be people acting, and then
Imagine the
every
Greatest Showman.
people singing without any backing track.
Like imagine Frozen. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Oh my god. No, I think I don't
I
know.
think
Like
music's quite essential though, but then TV, I'd definitely go
TV
insane if
keeps
I
you
was just
grounded, isn't
listening to
it?
music.
It
Mm.
also keeps you like attached to reality.
Yeah.
Like if we're not gonna be stuck there forever, and I don't know if we have anyone with us, but I'm taking it into context for like we're not stuck there forever. Like if we have an uploaded TV as well, there's so much TV. Like TV definitely keeps me more grounded than music. As much as I love music, I literally love it, I adore it so much. TV would have to be like if I was stuck somewhere, it would have to be that.
Yeah. I think it would just be boring if you just had music, sort of thing.
It just wouldn't make sense to me. I don't think. I just think no, no, it's just not it. Like
Nothing.
I'd like just imagine anything without music though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Like going
that's
into a
a difficult
shop.
one.
What would you say, sorry?
That's a difficult one.
Like
Like
imagine
there's
going to like a shop and
factors.
there's no music. Like, but I mean, the same doesn't have music, but that's because it's really busy. But
Mm.
just anything like you go anywhere and there's music, isn't there?
Yeah, like even walking around, you have like people in the street with a guitar. Sorry, adds to the
Anything's music.
vibe.
Like even a theme tune. Anything's music.
All the adverts, with the catchy theme tune.
Yeah,
Higher power on the BMW advert in the
music
cinema.
is music is so ignored though because people just forget that music is everywhere.
Yeah, it
Like
is.
people are like, oh, I listen to music, or I don't listen to music. You listen to freaking music every single place you go. You probably in a day you probably listen to like 20 to 30 songs minimum.
Yeah, well, as long as you're not just lying in bed.
I mean,
So,
even when you're on your stream on my streams, I have like 50 songs that I go through. You might not be
jeez.
able to hear them clearly, but like
Mm. It's still
I
there.
mean,
You could feel it when
yeah,
voices that die down and sort of stuff.
like I said though, like when you like going back to like how music is everywhere. That's why I love hearing from people like music people on like on Twitch and stuff. Like, because if I could do music, if I could sing, I would freaking
Oh,
adore
if
that. Because
only.
okay,
Would save my ears.
all right, okay. Wow. Anyway, what I was gonna say is like it's so impressive how people write these lyrics, and like just calling out to people like people might know like a streamer that I watch a lot is like Jennifer Jess, and she's a very independent singer. Like she makes her own, she writes her own lyrics, and like some of the lyrics she makes is like so incredible. And like talking about a main choice that everyone knows is like Adele's lyrics is literally poetry, especially in her new album. Some of
Yeah,
the lyrics she has in there is like I am like literally snapping my fingers when she says it.
it's a skill. Like, I don't know how they do it. They're so
Like
creative.
even the lyrics, like I know like in a song that most people know from my new album is like, oh my god. I think one of the lyrics is like, I don't have to explain myself to you. I am a grown woman and I do what I want to do. Like that lyric, just like the meaning behind it as well. And this is why I freaking love Adele. And people was like, oh, I'm like, why do you love Adele so much? Because all her songs, no auto tune, full lyrics made by her, and they mean something to her. You can tell.
Mm.
And like when people are like, oh, like when I mention Adele songs, then like, oh yeah, I like Step Fighter and like Rolling in the Deep, but like songs like on her new album that are like the sad ones, they actually like lift me up in a way. It's weird because like some of the lyrics on there are so powerful. Like I know in one of her songs, "To Be Loved" on her new album, is like it's basically about her son, and she is just talking about like being loved and like it's such an important thing to her, and she says in one of her interviews, it's like, I'm never going to sing this song live. And the only time she's ever recorded, I really recommend anyone watching this at home, like listen to this, is just typing up To Be Loved Adele live. The only time she's ever sung it live in the year or 2 years it's been out, is in her living room with no auto tune, sitting on a sofa with a camera and the MacBook playing the piano.
Wow.
and
I didn't know that.
you should literally like when I listen to it, I break down, but I am smiling at the same time.
Yeah, her lyrics are very customized to her.
Yeah, like I think
They've
one of the
got
lyrics
meanings,
is like
like you said.
one of the lyrics in that song is like um oh, I can't remember it, but never mind, it might come back to me. But it's just like some of the lyrics in that song. I really recommend anyone listen to the song "To Be Loved" by Adele, or "Hold On." Like some of them songs are her saddest songs, but her voice in it, especially "To Be Loved," she said this when I've watched like or read interviews or listened whatever about her. It's her hardest vocal song as well, and that's why another reason I shouldn't sing it live because it's so powerful. And when you listen to it, and especially if you watch this video of her singing on her sofa, she is freaking like an angel. And people are like, why do you love Adele so much? Like, do you have a crush on her? I don't have a crush on Adele, just like mine. She is just a powerhouse. And the fact is that why I love her so much as well is that in pop these days, a lot of people sing the same song. So like you can kind of compare like say, I don't know, Dua Lipa, Harry Styles, Taylor. So people are gonna get annoyed with me, but like they kind of all have this pattern of like, okay, you that song kind of it just sounds like a pop song. But Adele sings pop and soul, but she never changes her mood to lift up and be on the radio. She
Yeah,
never makes an upbeat song just because she knows that it would do well. Because Adele is Adele and she will never change that. She will always sing these songs the way that she sings them, and that's what makes her so unique. Same with like Beyonce as well, and that's why also going back to Beyonce. While I love her Beyonce's newest album, because people said to Beyonce, "You can never make a club album. You can never make this dance album." And then she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna embrace my ethnicity and I'm gonna make this album," and she freaking crushed it. So I think it's them singers like that that deserve the most praise, and that's kind of going back to the point. It was like this is why I love music. And that's why
yeah.
I would choose music. That's my answer to the question. That was a whole big way of saying it, but that's why I would choose it. But literally, guys, if you are listening to this, please after this, go listen to that video of just "To Be Loved" Adele at home, and it's not going to lift you up. It's not going to make you happy. Maybe listen to it when you are happy because it just shows how powerful music is. And before this, I actually watched a TikTok, and it just shows um the breaking of someone, and this was actually about Adele, the breaking of Adele brought her most creativity. So if you don't know, Adele on her 21 albums, so all her albums are based off her age. She's got 19, 21, 25, and 30. I think that's correct, isn't it, Henry?
Yeah, that's right.
And on 21, she was going to write the album. And she was like, and for about 5 months, she had no creativity. And then when her, I think it was her husband, or I think it was just her fiance, left her and basically got together with this other woman and basically engaged them in 2 weeks. Apparently she, according to the person that she was like working with, she went into that studio and like effing killed that whole entire album. And that is the songs like "Rolling in the Deep," "Someone Like You," "Set Fire to the Rain." She crushed it
Jeez.
because like the emotion is sad. It literally broke her and brought out that creativity and made her what she is today. All them songs, and that's why I love watching her live as well, like on YouTube and stuff. I sometimes play it on stream because them songs that she made like 10 years ago, she sings them completely different now because she's so over it. And she sings them with such sass. Like, I don't know if you've seen on TikTok, I don't know if you've seen this, Henry, but like when she sings Rumor Has It Now, she now says, just because I said it, don't mean that I meant it. And then she screams, but I did. Have you seen that?
I think I did, yeah.
Yeah. So like that just shows like how powerful music is. And I think that's the last thing I want to talk about with that question.
Good
Sorry,
stuff.
Henry, I kind of went a bit of a rant there, didn't I?
But Adele, I mean, what? Of course.
No, because I think that's a really important question because people always ask like, why do I like Adele and stuff, and I think that was just the main thing why music means so much to me, and especially Adele. And just the last thing about Adele, sorry, is that when I'm growing up, and I always remember this of my life, my entire family love Adele. So in a couple of weeks, I'm going with Ollie and my grandparents and stuff to see a Adele tribute. Not Adele, I'd kill to see Adele live. But anyway, um, when I was growing up, my mum would always sing Chasing Pavements to me, and she would always do karaoke to Chasing Pavements. And my granddad would always sing Make You Feel My Love in the car. And then when 25 came out, he would always have it on. And my friend Chloe, we used to get lifts home together with my granddad, because my granddad, he used to give me lifts home and stuff when my parents were working and stuff, or not at home. Pretty much what they would, he would just play the songs constantly. We'd just sing them together. And even a couple of weeks ago, I bought the vinyls, sorry, of Adele. And we just listened to them, just me and my granddad sitting down in basically my dad's record room. And like, I said to my granddad, I was like, literally, this just reminds me so much of my childhood, because you used to sing these songs to me. And like, this is really sad. Okay, I'm going to say something sad, but like, my nan has this Adele song, and she's always said to me since I was young, she said, when I die, please play this song at my funeral. And I know that's
Oh,
sad, but that's also why, like, this is what I mean. But like, Adele means so much to me, and like my sister, literally everyone in my family love Adele, and yeah, that's why. There's also talking of people loving Adele. My mum has a friend who sadly got divorced, but she turned up to my auntie's wedding a couple of years ago, and she is known for singing Adele like crazy and being really good. And when the night was ending, she stole the DJ booth with my sister, picked up the microphone, and just started screaming "Hello" at the top of the mic, and everyone was like, "You go," because she sounded so good. She was like drunk, because she was like one of the later guests. She was the only later guest because she made the cake for the wedding, and she got there and she was like, "I'm ready to let my hair down. You know, I've just got a divorce." At the same time, Adele was going through a divorce, so when her new album came out, literally, so funny enough, when Adele's new album came out with the whole divorce thing, I actually. The first kind of times I heard it was with my mum's friend, and we were singing it in my kitchen. And you could tell it's not funny, but like, you could tell how sad she was, because it was so relatable to her. And I also think that's why I love music, because it's relatable. Anyway, going off that now, because I'm ranting for too long, but that's the whole question. I think that's actually everything we were going for today, wasn't it, Henry? I think that's
yeah.
we've done quite a lot. I'm quite proud. Do you want to speak a little bit about what we're doing on the next episode, Henry, or do you want me to speak about that?
Oh, I don't have much information about the next episode, so
Sorry, yeah, I'm a little bit the
probably best to
organizer.
go for it. Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
know who our special guest is going to be? You
It's
do.
Sandwich, isn't it?
It is Sandwich. Sandwich is our
Yeah.
first ever special guest. I know Sandwich Payu is listening right now.
Woo!
If you don't know who Sandwich Payu is, they're going to be on our next episode. These episodes release every 2 weeks. Please stay up to date down my social medias and stuff. But pretty much, Sandwich Payu is going to be our next guest. They are an incredible Twitch streamer. A small Twitch streamer. They're going to be coming on and telling about our life, what it's like, kind of being part of the LGBT community on Twitch, what they do, just everything, kind of like what we've done, answering all these would you rather questions, talking about everything like we kind of have done today with a special guest. And that's what we want to do on our second episode. And I think it's going to be incredible. And that is all we are going to talk about today. And I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Is there anything you want to say, Henry, before, we call it a close for today's episode?
Thanks for letting me on, making me feel included. Wow.
Yeah.
Good co-host, I think.
Yeah, well, it was like, who else do I choose, because me and Henry have like that connection where it's like there is literally no other person I'd like to film the podcast with, to be honest. So yeah.
Even Daniel.
Not even Daniel.
Take that, Daniel.
Oh, okay. We're gonna throw shots there. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching. Not watching. Sorry, I'm gonna be saying this stuff because I'm a streamer. I really appreciate you guys listening, and I'm sure Henry does too, don't you, Henry?
I'm thankful for everyone.
I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. If you're new here, if you're new to us, come check me out on Twitch. Jada_ over on there. All my about stuff is on there. If not Instagram, everything like that, please come check us out. I really appreciate you guys watching. Listening. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the first episode. Please let us know your thoughts. Please rate the show. If you're watching it on Spotify, give us a rating, review us, follow us. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to us. Like on Apple, do what you do on Apple. I think you rate it. And please just DM me what you thought. The secret message. What should our secret message be if you're watching on Twitch? What should you put in the Twitch chat if you come on the Twitch chat on the podcast?
Daniel smells.
Daniel smells. There you go. If you have watched the end of the episode, listened to the end of the episode, Daniel smells, people. Daniel smells. I don't know why we're doing that. We do not have Daniel here, but that is the message that Henry chose for today's episode. Yeah. And I really do appreciate you guys listening. I hope you all have a beautiful day. If you're starting your day, if you're ending your day, good morning, good evening, and good night. That's a little Truman Show, isn't
Oh,
it?
wow, yeah. Love that film.
Bye, guys. Have a good rest of your days. Bye, guys.
Bye.